What is a covert way for you to follow up after you make a sales call? I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. It's July 2nd, 2017, 1:31 in the afternoon. Perfect day to talk about sales. Perfect day to talk about follow-up here from Sacramento, California. Now, I got to tell you a story before I give you the goods here. A couple years back, I had made a whole bunch of sales, and it was a busy month, and I was handwriting thank you cards. And I made the mistake of sending somebody a thank you card that I didn't make a sale to. And this ended up working out to my favor. It was a mistake on the part of sending it, but I'm going to let you in on a perfect secret here. So here's what happens is I get a phone call from this guy, and he says, "Hey, Scott, I got to let you know something." I'm like, "All right, what's up?" He says, "I went with another company." I was like, "Oh, okay, well, what happened?" He goes, "Well, let's just talk about something else first." He says, the crazy thing is I went and spent $10,000 with another company, and the sales guy never, ever said thank you. Never, ever, ever said thank you. I was like, wow, that's kind of weird. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, but then you meet with me, and a couple days later in the mail, I get a mahalo card. What's up with this? I get a mahalo card. And he says, had I would have known the follow-up from the salesperson after the sale was made, I would have chosen you. So, this is like 5-6 years ago. I was like, aha. Everybody I meet with, from the second that they walk out of their door, gets a follow-up mahalo card. And look, check this out, right? I'll get you a good picture of that. It says mahalo right there. It says mahalo right there. So every time I go over to Hawaii, every 3 months, I buy a bunch of mahalo cards. I just pick them up, and I'm like, all right, cool. It's like 10 of these are like $5. So I think I buy like 5 or 6 boxes at a time. I have 100 of them at the house, okay? So the thing is my question for you is, what's your follow-up game after you leave the sale? Now, I've just given you a huge tip that I found on accident that worked out to my favor in a bunch of other incidences. But the second that I leave a call, the second that I meet with a buyer, the second that I get off the phone, I'm writing a thank you card or a mahalo card. I'm writing a mahalo card for that person just immediately. Because my belief is you can't outwork me, you can only underbid me. And the only way I can make this happen is to do things that other salespeople are not willing to do. And most salespeople don't follow up anyway. So what can you do to intensify your follow-up game plan? Now, I just gave you a tip of something that I would do and something that I use, and that's follow up immediately with a thank you card. And I just write a message in here aloha, thanks for taking the time to meet with me and have the conversation about your product, your widget, your gizmo, your service. I'd love to talk to you in the future. And then I just write a mahalo, a thank you in Hawaiian, right? Mahalo, and then Scott Sylvan Bell, and I drop a business card in there. And I have gained a bunch of business from doing this because people will show their friend. They'll be like, hey, Scott gave me a card. We never did business, but he sent me a thank you. So I want to let you in on a secret. Your follow-up game happens immediately after you go to your sales call, after you meet with your buyer. And this is one of the ways that you can do it. And you know what? You don't have to use a mahalo card. You don't have to say it this way. But I'm going to let you know something. A handwritten thank you card, thanking the person for a meeting, is one touch. You got to have multiple touches. You got to have multiple interactions with the buyer to prove to them that you're the right guy. If you didn't close the deal right then and there, I get it. Not everybody is an instant close. Not everybody says yes immediately. And that doesn't happen for me either. Sometimes it takes the work and the effort of doing a couple of other things besides this to get somebody on board. And just know that most salespeople are lazy, and they're not going to take the time. They're not going to take the effort. They're not going to do anything after they meet with the buyer. If they didn't close it, they're like, peace out, bye, we're never going to see you again. And they wasted their time, energy, effort on that lead, and they're upset because they didn't sell, and they got like a 20 to 30% closing rate. Hey, if you're going to sell more and you're going to close more deals, you're going to have to do things that other salespeople are not willing to do. And one of them may be as simple as buying a $10 box or a $5 box of, like right here, right? I got mahalo cards. Mine just happen to be mahalo cards. You could do thank you cards. You can have your own custom ones made. It's very inexpensive to have a custom card made. You would think it'd be like ridiculous. No, if you're buying like hundreds or thousands at a time, it is not very expensive to have a thank you card made. So there you go. My covert sales strategy tip, advice, lesson, skill for you is the second that you get out of your sales call, go write a handwritten message, hand address envelope, and put a real stamp on it and send it to the person you met with. It's not going to close every deal, but it's going to get you in the door for a lot more than what you think. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. That would be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there is a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. You got to subscribe. And then last of all, you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Scott Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.